Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about food and the different ways that food is used that can both be negative and positive, and how to decipher the difference between the two and how to know when you're abusing it or using it for the wrong reason. So food can tend to become this thing that we use for other reasons other than what it is there for. It is there for fuel, it is there for nutrition, it is there to give us the energy to do everything that we want to do, whether that's activity, going to work, functioning at a normal level, and all those things. So eating is essential to life, and eating is essential to just being healthy. But overeating or using food for anything other than what it is there for, that is when we fall into the unhealthy category. That is when we fall into the danger zone. So food is not your friend. Food is not meant to be your friend. It's not meant to be comforting or be your comfort. It's not meant to give you joy or pleasure or any of those things. And food, it's not there to fill a void. It's not supposed to be there to fill a void of loneliness, or to satisfy you when you're unhappy. That is what we call emotional eating. So if you're eating because you're unhappy, or you're eating because you feel lonely or bored or any of those things, you are no longer eating because you're hungry. You're no longer eating for nutritional value. You're eating because it's there. You're eating because you habitually overeat, or you habitually turn towards food when there's nothing else to turn towards, or when you feel lonely, or when you're emotional. So when we use food for those things and when we overeat, food becomes destructive, food becomes poison, and food becomes a drug. You're using it, you're addicted to it, and you constantly want more in larger quantities, and it's no longer healthy. You're getting a high from it. You're, getting this insane pleasure out of food. It's momentary, yes, but you are still using it for those reasons. You're not using it to better your health. You're not using it to have energy for your workouts or any of those things. You are destroying your body by overeating, and the emotional eating is very, very difficult to get control over, especially when you're in those moments where you do feel lonely or sad, or whatever those reasons are that people tend to overeat foods. I don't think that there's ever been a time where I overeat something because I'm thinking that I'm being healthy, or I'm thinking that I'm doing the right thing. There have been times where I've eaten something out of boredom, or because it's literally there, or you're at a party, you're having fun, you're at a get together, and you're eating more than you normally would because you're no longer aware of what you're eating, and you're eating mindlessly. So mindless eating really does cause a lot more harm than people think. Just like in a social gathering, people tend to eat more than they would by themselves when they're on their own. So when let's say that this is something that you struggle with, or something that's a challenge for you, you have to become even more aware of those behaviors, especially when you're not in your regular routine. So your regular routine might be that you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner from your meal prep, and you're always prepared and ready to go, and it's a controlled environment. When you're not in a controlled environment, you still have to have those key principles that you apply on a day-to-day basis that will keep you going through social events, through friends, through interactions with friends or family or any of those things. You have to be able to be stronger than your habits. So your habits were created all this time from doing things repeatedly for many years, and now you are trying to reverse those habits and create new habits and healthier habits in their place. So food doesn't always have to be looked at as the enemy. The food itself cannot jump into your mouth. You have to be the one that physically uses that food, and whether you choose to use it in a healthy way or use it as a drug is completely up to you. You can overeat pretty much anything. You can overeat and abuse any food, and it's no longer serving you in a healthy way. You are self-destructing and you are doing things that are just not healthy. So yes, it might be delicious to eat an entire pint of ice cream or entire half gallon, or eat that slice of pizza or whatever it may be that everyone else is doing, or it's there, someone at your office brought some food in, and it's not healthy, but because it's there, or you weren't prepared with your own meal prep, you fall victim, not even victim, like you fall into that trap of reaching for something that you shouldn't be reaching for, and something that isn't healthy because one, you weren't prepared, and two, you aren't self-aware enough yet to be able to control those previous habits and those instincts that you used to just freely eat whatever you wanted, whether it was healthy or not, and you didn't care about the decisions that you make, or maybe you did care, but you didn't have the willpower enough to control yourself in an uncontrolled environment. So how much food you eat sometimes can be directly correlated with something that you're going through emotionally. So if you're dealing with something emotionally and you're not actually facing what you need to face or dealing with the problem head on, it is very easy to fill that void or fill that space that you want to be filled that's uncomfortable to deal with food or with something unhealthy. Some people turn to alcohol, some people turn to drugs, and a list of all the other vices that are out there. It just so happened that mine was food, that I turned to food, whether it was happy, sad, or whatever it was, and I just ate to the point of excess where my body could not burn the amount of calories that I was putting into it, and I also didn't have the physical activity level to justify the amount of calories that I was eating. Therefore, I gained weight. So gaining weight, there's no mystery as to why anyone gains weight, and there's no mystery as to why anyone is stuck at a certain weight or can't lose weight. So if there's someone that tells you that they can't lose weight or that they're stuck at a certain number, that person is not eating properly, and that person is not taking their diet seriously enough, because there is no reason why anyone that's eating a proper diet or in a calorie deficit should not be able to lose weight. Regardless of age, regardless of gender, and regardless of any of those things, you will lose weight if you are eating the amount that your body needs to eat, and you're not eating over the amount that your body can burn. You will lose weight. And of course, if you add physical activity to that, that just increases your metabolism, that increases the amount of calories that you're burning. But the main reason that you lose or gain weight, probably 100% of the time, is your nutrition, is what you're eating, and it's what you're not eating. So I wouldn't blame exercise on gaining weight or losing weight. I would really focus on your nutrition and understand that the value of your nutrition far exceeds exercise. So exercise is wonderful, and exercise is essential because it does help you feel alive. You start building your stamina, you're able to do new things. And I started off being able to swim for a short amount of time, and now I could swim without getting tired and keep going on and on and on. So you exercise to feel alive. You exercise to increase your endorphins, to get those happy feelings going, to challenge yourself to do new things. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to nutrition. What you're putting into your body is what your body is giving back to you. So if you're feeding it the wrong things, and if you're using food for the wrong reasons, your body will show it. So whatever you're eating will show on your body. I mean, I was a clear example of excessive eating beyond my caloric limits and my caloric needs, and I was wearing excessive pounds. I mean, I was beyond. I mean, I've lost 144 pounds. I still have more to lose, but this is not a result of one day. This is not a result of one bad meal or anything. This is a result of consistent habits, consistently eating past the amount that I need to eat in order to function at a healthy level. So when you are eating emotionally, or I would urge anyone on this journey or on any journey, I think any human being can benefit from eating a nutritionally sound diet. So self-awareness is extremely important. Be self-aware, understand your emotions, feel your emotions. Don't try to mask your emotions or hide them or become numb from them. Because at the end of the day, we're human. We feel, we have feelings, we deal with things, we have ups and downs. And because of those things, it just, you do go through things make you stronger, but please do not turn towards food in order to put a band-aid over whatever's going on or to mask whatever's going on. Because I'm telling you, the bigger headache comes later when you've used food as your comfort and when you've used food to cure something that just cannot be cured with food. Food is not the answer. It's just food. There's no light at the end of the tunnel when you're overeating or emotionally eating. There really isn't. So the only light at the end of the tunnel comes from self-awareness, accepting where you are right now in the moment, and being thankful for where you are in the moment in order to improve yourself. In order to become a better version of yourself, you have to accept where you are right now. And I'm not kidding myself when I, if I think that I could not prepare my meals, or if I think that I could remove my, inhibition, have no inhibitions when it comes to eating, or just carelessly eat and think that I'm going to lose weight. I make a decision every single day to eat the way that I do. I make a decision every single day to make healthy choices at every meal and to prepare my food. And even when I'm not in my controlled environment and when I'm with friends or family or at social events or going out to eat, I still keep those principles in mind. And because I know that at the end of the day, I'm happier when I'm healthier. So I pretty much think I could speak for a lot of people when I say that, because anyone that I've ever known that's been on a healthy path has always been happier on their healthy path than they have been not on their healthy path. For me, 100% that is true. 100% my happiness I value now more than food and more than anything or anyone else. Because if I'm not happy and if I can't be in this state where I'm happy and I love myself and I accept myself and respect myself, then I can't do that for anyone else. And I'm also in the process of helping myself. And I really do realize that you do have to help yourself and create this change within yourself for others to they'll see you. You'll lead by example. You can't force change on anyone else. Just like anyone in my life, whether it's friends or family or anyone else, couldn't force change on me. Even though they were clearly seeing I was reaching this weight that was just extremely unhealthy and just not good at all. It was worrying a lot of my friends. It was worrying my family. They would tell me their concerns and I would ignore them. I would ignore them because I was ignoring myself. I had shut myself off to any emotions and I was numb to any sort of emotions that would cause me to experience my pain or feel anything that I was feeling. So what I would do is hide behind food. I would eat to the point of no return. I would eat things that I didn't need to eat. I would eat things that were extremely unhealthy, or eat something unhealthy and then eat a meal, and just excessive calories, unnecessary calories. And I think now, looking back as me, this self, this healthier self that I've created, and I just wonder how I ever did that. I wonder how I ever used food in order to numb myself. And I didn't even taste the food anymore. Someone actually asked me, was it good after a while? Did it taste good? And honestly, it all starts tasting the same. You're not getting, I don't think that food is there to provide you this exhilarating experience. Food is not there for that. I mean, food can be delicious and it can be enjoyable and all of those things. I'm not saying it can't be, but when you're turning to food for that excitement in your life, or to fill a void, or to deal with a problem, or to mask a problem that you're not dealing with, you're going into very, very dangerous waters. You're dealing with your life and your life's problems by not dealing with it at all, and by eating yourself into this state of ignoring everything and pretending like nothing is bothering you. And there was not a single day that went by that I didn't think about my weight and I didn't think about how unhealthy I am, but yet I didn't do anything about it, which is where the whole numbness comes in and where the whole avoiding anything that's painful comes in. I understand that it's painful facing things that we need to face in our lives, but the only way to overcome that pain is to get through it. And when you get through it and when you deal with those feelings and emotions head on, you become stronger for it. You're a stronger person after you deal with that. After you face your demons and you face all those things that you've been doing all these years and putting aside those unhealthy habits, all of a sudden it was me, myself, and I in the mirror, and I had to face myself and I had to accept myself and I had to love myself for real, not just say that I love myself or not just pretend and secretly have this self-loathing feeling when I wake up and just think I'm so fat and I can't get to where I want to get to, and hating myself every step of the way. The difference is I love the process now. I understand that it takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of time and dedication to make a decision every single day to eat healthy and to make a decision every single day to not turn towards food in moments of weakness, because there's no happiness there. There's no happiness there at all. And I've learned that the hard way. I've learned that through my ups and downs. And hopefully I can save someone from making those mistakes and having to learn the hard way, and just understand that food is not the answer. Food is not your friend. Food is not going to change anything in your life for the better. If anything, it will make things worse, because with overeating, as we know, comes health problems and comes chronic disease and comes this lethargic feeling and lazy feeling and all those things. So it's hard to change what you've been doing all this time, but it's completely worth it. It's worth making that effort every single day. And I was telling someone that yes, I did make a decision to change my life and I did make a decision to be healthier, but that's not a decision I made one time. I wake up every single day and I make the decision again. I recommit again, because it literally takes recommitting over and over and over to understand that your life is worth more than an emotional overeating binge or eating these excessive calories that you don't need, eating unhealthy foods, or eating the foods that are trending or people that are eating around you. You don't need to keep up with people that are eating around you or trending foods or any of those things, because at the end of the day, your health is, no one in the trending food industry and the restaurant industry really cares about your health. You have to care about your health. You have to be the biggest advocate for your own health. And I know personally from personal experience, when I eat a healthy, balanced diet, I feel better. I feel more energetic. I feel more alive. When I eat those foods that I will label as garbage, because they are garbage. You feel like garbage after. You feel lethargic. It gives you no added benefit to eat that way. Yes, it might seem to some people that it's boring or it's not interesting or it's not exciting, and I'm not oohing and eyeing when I eat food, but my life is so much fuller now, just being able to experience so many other things that don't include food, that I would never trade oohing and eyeing or having a food porn moment for any of the things that I have in my life now. So yes, I gave up this unhealthy, disgusting habit of overeating and eating to the point of damaging my body, but what I got out of it outweighs anything that I ever gave up. And those habits that I'm changing, that don't happen overnight. It doesn't change overnight. The feeling of wanting to overeat doesn't go away right away. And it does take effort. It really does. It takes effort and dedication. And when you see those results, and when you see and feel that you're feeling better and that you just feel more of yourself again and you have this clarity, it just makes you want to hopefully continue and hopefully stick to it, because at the other end of the tunnel, like where this cloud of overeating goes away, there's a light, there's this hope, and there's life waiting for you at the end of that tunnel. And I know myself how miserable I was and how disgusted I felt with myself and my life, and how I don't feel those things anymore, and how much appreciation I have for my life every single day. And I really owe it all to making the decision to change my life and continuing to make that decision every single day, because nothing in the world, I mean nothing, no food in the world ever gave me this feeling that I feel from actually living my life. And I want everyone to feel this feeling. I want everyone that's trapped in binge eating or emotional eating or using food, to be your crutch or your reason for not dealing with something. I want everyone in that state of mind or in that place in their life to be able to see that there is another way, and there are other ways to deal with your emotions. And you can, reach out to people and talk to people. You can meditate, you can exercise, you can try new things. There's so many things you can do with your life other than eating yourself to death. And I want you all to do that because it's so worth it. I want you to try it at least. Try it for a week and see how you feel. Try, not having those same habits, or try just exercising new habits and putting new habits in place and letting those habits take over your old habits. Replace them with healthy habits. So I hope you got something out of this video. I am so thankful that you're watching. Please like my videos if you like them, the thumbs up, share my videos, and subscribe to my channel. I love bringing this message to you every single week, and it helps me keep going when I know that other people are being helped with these videos, and it helps me know that I'm making a difference, because changing my life has made the biggest change and impact for me and for the way that I view the world. And I just want everyone to be able to experience this with me. Thank you all so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.